How have you felt getting back? I know you got into game action against the Rams. How do you feel physically? Where are you at?
It's good. I mean, I've said this. I've said this offseason many times. I could tell people I'm feeling unbelievable. I could tell people I'm feeling terrible. They're not going to believe me, and they're not going to care until I step on that field and prove it for real. So Sunday's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to hitting the field and just playing the game, letting loose and having fun. And like I said, we'll go from there.
A little while ago, Bill Belichick said that Romeo is probably as good as anybody he's ever seen in terms of coaching defensive line fundamentals and technique. And I know Coach Vrabel has moved on. Romeo back once again coordinating the defense. How much has he meant not only to yourself but the development of so many guys along that line, whether it's Merciless, Covington, the rest of that group up front?
Yeah, Rack's incredible. I'm very happy to have Rack back as a D coordinator. And I've been very lucky throughout my whole career. I had Wade Phillips early on, obviously another legend at the game, and had Romeo Cornell here in Houston. And just a phenomenal guy, truly cares about his players, truly cares about the game and each individual guy, and just wants to see everybody succeed and play their best. And he's a lot of fun to be around. He's a guy that you want to play for. You want to go out there and lay it all on the line for him because of how much he cares and how much it means to him. And, I mean, obviously the knowledge that he's had from all these years and the experiences that he's had, he's just an incredible asset. And I'm very lucky and thankful to have him as my D coordinator.
JJ, what's been the hardest part for you getting back on the field? Has it been the physical aspect or the mental aspect of just getting mentally prepared for a long ride of an NFL season?
I think, now at the point I'm at now, it's been fun getting back into a regular routine. Unfortunately, I've had too much experience in the last 2 years with coming back, and I think early on in the rehab process, it's making sure you take it slow and do it the right way early on. And I think that not pushing things too hard and not pushing it too far early was key. But now it's football. I mean, it's just going out there, getting into your routine, getting yourself ready, physically and mentally, watching the film, doing the running, doing the extra work, and now it's back to, it feels normal and it feels like the game I love.
JJ, what's the biggest challenge of facing the Patriots offense and Tom Brady?
I mean, obviously you're facing the best quarterback of all time and possibly the best coach of all time. I mean, they're incredible, and everything that they've accomplished in their career speaks for itself. I mean, they've obviously done some phenomenal things, and they deserve all the praise and the accolades that they get because of what they've accomplished. So you're facing that. You're facing guys with a ton of experience, with a ton of knowledge, a lot of skill, a lot of talent, and who work very hard. So it's always a good challenge. And so for us to open up the season against a team like that and a player like Tom, it's a great challenge right out the gate.
JJ, after playing with so many quarterbacks, and not to slight those guys or be disrespectful, but what's it like now to have somebody as dynamic as Deshaun Watson was in that 5-6 game stretch last year?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been able to come into a training camp and know for a fact who the QB1 is. And so it's nice to come in and know that there's going to be one guy back there under center, commanding the offense, working towards starting on that day one. It's not a competition. It's okay, how are we going to get best prepared for game one? And a guy who's obviously been very successful at all the levels he's been at, and he has a lot of talent, he has a lot of ability, and we're looking forward to seeing what he can do this year.
Going back to Romeo, obviously, as the history working with Belichick, is there just something in general he can provide some insight about, playing against a Bill Belichick coach team, or do you kind of approach this as just another week? Or?
I mean, obviously, you try and gather as much information as you can with all the resources that you have. But, I mean, I think if anybody could figure out what they were doing up there, I think we sure would have tried to tap into that by now. I think that they've been extremely successful over a very long period of time where it proves that they know what they're doing. They make adjustments. They do things very well. So I definitely don't think there's any key or secret to beating them. I think you have to play very sound football. You have to play discipline. Everybody has to do their job, and you have to play at your best.
JJ, what do you see from Brady in terms of the way that he moves in the pocket? He's not a guy who, is super athletic and dynamic and running around all the time back there, but his knowledge and ability to kind of subtly move around in there to buy a little extra time. I'm just wondering what you see there.
He's very comfortable back there. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He knows his O-linemen know where he's going to be. He knows how to shuffle around and slide around to get into the open spot. I think he has a great relationship with his O-line in that matter, where they know where he wants to set up, and he knows where he wants to set up. And if he needs to make an adjustment, he can. But I mean, I think that's one of his definitely one of his strengths is his ability to move around, find the open window, find the open space, and get the ball out quick as well. I mean, he's been very good at that his whole career.
JJ, with what you've been through the last 2 years, do you feel like an urgency to kind of maximize the time that you have left? I know you have a long time to go, but to maximize the time you have left on the field, coming back from the ordeals you've been through?
The biggest thing that I've learned over the last 2 years is taking everything one day at a time. That's what I do now. I realize that I can't change the future in one day, and I can't change the past at all. So all I do is focus on controlling what I can control. And what I can control is today, my meetings, my practice today, trying to be the best I can be today. And obviously it sounds very cliche, but if the last 2 years have taught me anything, it's do what you can do today to put yourself in the best position for tomorrow. And so that's what I've been working on. And that's all I want to do. Because if I take care of that, if I take care of today, the rest will take care of itself. I can't. I obviously have goals and things that I want to accomplish, but if I don't do what I need to do today, those don't mean anything.